I'm Mel Torrefranca, founder of the independent publishing house Lost Island Press. So far, we've published 10 books, and we have 7 more in the pipeline. I'm so excited to share that submissions for our 2025 writing contest will open on October 1st and close on December 31st. The reason why we call it a contest instead of a submission season is because we guarantee at least one publishing deal. This is actually our 3rd writing contest. We hosted one back in 2020 and then another in 2021. Overall, we picked up 3 authors from those contests. So if you're working on a story, consider this your invitation to submit your work to us. I want to start off by stressing that we are looking for young adult books. This means your protagonist should probably be a teenager or maybe in their early 20s. Violence and grit is completely okay, and mild to moderate profanity is also fine. You're welcome to have a romantic subplot, but what we're pretty strict about is no explicit sexual content. As for genres, we're most interested in dystopian, soft sci-fi, and low fantasy books. However, this year we are also opening up the door to high fantasy and hard sci-fi. The word count for your book must be between 60,000 and 120,000 words. This means we're only interested in novels, and we're not publishing any novellas or short stories. We're only open to reviewing submissions of standalones with series potential, the first book in a duology, or the first book in a trilogy. You can only submit one book to us through this contest, so if you're working on multiple projects, select your best one. Now let's talk about who is eligible to submit their work in this contest. There is no age requirement, and you can be based anywhere in the world so long as the book that you submit is written in English. You also must be willing to show your face online. This is really important for marketing purposes on our end. I also want to mention that we're particularly interested in writers who want to build a career around being an author and want to publish more books down the line. Now let's talk about how to submit your work to us. This contest is completely free to enter. On October 1st, we're going to add a submissions form to lostislandpress.com/submissions. But until then, these are the 3 main things that I'd recommend preparing. Number 1, your finished manuscript. The cleaner the better, of course, but some typos aren't going to hurt you. We're reviewing the books with the knowledge that it hasn't gone through a whole editorial process yet, because that's something that we offer on our end. But it's important that it needs to be done. We're not going to be reviewing any books that have an incomplete ending or are halfway finished. Number 2, in the submissions form, we are going to ask you for a 1-sentence book pitch. So I'd recommend preparing that in advance. Lastly, we're going to ask you for a 3 to 5 paragraph summary of your entire book that spoils the key plot points and the ending. The time in which you submit your work is not going to affect your chances at all. However, I do want to mention that once you submit your work to us, that document that you upload is final. With prior contests, we had writers reach out to us asking to update their file, and we're not going to allow that this time around. Let's talk about the judging and selection process. As the founder, I'm going to be playing a direct role in selecting the winner or winners of this writing contest. I'm also going to be bringing some of our team members on board based on their interest and availability. I'm also really excited to share that our contest winners from our 2020 and 2021 contests will be joining as judges this year. Julia Rosemary Turk, author of the Lone Player series, Amanda Michelle Brown, author of The Memory Jumper, and Shira Boer, author of My Brother's Bear. We're going to be looking for a story that is engaging, that has unique characters, and an interesting writing style. Just a good book at the end of the day. I highly recommend focusing on your first 3 chapters because those are the ones that we are going to be judging the hardest. It can take some time to go through all of the submissions, so we need some flexibility on our end, but I can say that we will be announcing the winner in Q1 of 2026. If you are selected as a winner of our 2025 writing contest, you will be notified in early 2026. And you'll be offered a full publishing deal. If you do choose to publish with us, we will invest in your project, which includes everything from editing to cover design and interior formatting. You won't have to pay for anything, so we don't make money until you do. And our royalty rate is 50-50 split between the author and publisher. At this time, we do not offer an advance on royalty payments, but this also means that you start earning right off the bat. The most likely scenario is that your book will be published in 2027 to allow time for the full production process. You'll get a complimentary copy of the finished version, and you'll also be able to purchase personal copies at wholesale price at any time. More importantly, you'll be able to pitch any of your future projects to us behind the scenes without having to enter a new contract contest or wait for submissions to open. Once you're in, you already have your foot in the door. If you're planning to participate in our 2025 writing contest, I would seriously love to hear what you're working on in the comments section below, so feel free to let me know. I'd also recommend joining the Lost Island Press newsletter if you're not on it already, because I'll be sending occasional updates about the contest through there as well. In celebration of this writing contest, I am planning a lot more writing advice videos for the rest of the year, which will hopefully help guide you in preparing your book for submission to Lost Island Press. Anyways, I seriously cannot wait to read your story, but until then, get lost.